Hello everyone. In this video, I will go over my solution to the problem named coprime set. This problem is taken from today's AdCoder regular contest 118 and is problem C. This problem, like many other AdCoder problems, uses a subtle but powerful constructive idea which will come handy in harder number theory problems. So let's look at the problem statement. In this problem, we are only given one line of input which contains a positive integer n. We need to print an integer sequence of length n such that each AI lies between 1 and 10,000. No two of these AIs are equal and all their GCDs are greater than 1. That means that no two of these AIs are coprime and the GCD of all n numbers is 1. So for example, if we are given the sample test case of n is 3, then a possible integer sequence would be 6, 10 and 15, and this is because 6 is 2 into 3, 10 is 2 into 5 and 15 is 3 into 5. So this is the prime factorization of 6, 10 and 15, and as you can see from the prime factorization that the GCD of 6 and 10 is 2, the GCD of 10 and 15 is 5 and the GCD of 6 and 15 is 3 and the GCD of all three numbers is 1. So since we found a simple sequence of length 3 and we know that 3 is less than or equal to n is less than or equal to 2500, let's see how we can build on a solution of n is 3 to go up to n is 2500. So the key observation is the following. Adding a new element to A, so currently A is 6, 10 and 15, and if we add a new element x to A, then the GCD of all elements in A cannot decrease. So that's the first key observation, and this is because if we look at the definition of GCD is just the product of the powers of each prime, and the power is the minimum of the powers across all elements in A. So when we add a new element to A, then the GCD will remain 1. The GCD of all AI will remain 1, and thus we can add any element to A without violating the first condition. So the third condition. So the third condition will always remain true whenever we add a new element to our sequence A which we already have created. And the second observation is that we need to add elements so that the pairwise GCD will still be greater than 1. That means we need to choose x such that GCD of 6 and x is greater than 1 and GCD of 10 and x is greater than 1 and GCD of 15 and x is greater than 1. So how would we do this? So the simple way to do this would just be to add multiples of 6, then multiples of 10 and then multiples of 15. And if we keep adding multiples of 6 to our set A, then you could see that the GCD of x and 6 will obviously be equal to 6, which is greater than 1. The GCD of x and 10 will also be will be at least 2. So let's just clarify this by taking the example of, say we add 6x. This implies that GCD of 6 comma 6, so let's say x is equal to 6y, then GCD of x comma 6y is 6, which is greater than 1. Then GCD of 10 and 6y is at least 2, and similarly the GCD of 15 and 6y is at least 3, and hence we know that adding a multiple of 6 satisfies all the properties. So basically we need to add a multiple of 6 less than 10 to the 4 because we have satisfied the second and third property, and to maintain the first property we need to ensure that the multiple of 6 is less than 10 to the 4. Similarly, we can add multiples of 10 and 15 also works. And that's all that we need to do in our code. We just need to keep track of the size of A, and we add multiples of 6 and multiples of 10 and then multiples of 15, so that we ensure that all the elements will be less than 10 to the 4 and the size of the set A will be exactly equal to n. And this works because there are, so let's see how many multiples of 6 there are. So there are 10 to the 4 by 6 plus 10 to the 4 by 10 plus 10 to the 4 by 15 total elements at max, and this value is actually equal to 3332, which is much greater than 2500. So let's just look at the code which implements the exact same idea. So in the code I inputted n, I created a set to store unique numbers. This is because there can be some multiples of 6 which are also multiples of 10 or 15, and hence we don't want duplicate values in our set A because we need that all the elements in the set should be distinct. Hence I use the set data structure for simplicity. I inserted 6, 10 and 15. Then I looped through all the multiples of 6 from 12 onwards, and I just checked if the size of the set was already n. All n numbers are in the list A, then we are done, so we can break. Otherwise we insert I and we increment I by 6 and we keep I until it's less than 10 to the 4. Similarly, we loop through all multiples of 10 starting from 20, increment the multiple by 10, and if the size is n we break, and similarly we do for all multiples of 15, and in the end we just output all the elements in our set. So let's just submit this code to see that it gets accepted. So as you could see, the code got accepted. As you could see in this problem, we use the fact that adding a multiple of a number already in the set A will maintain the invariant that the GCD of all the numbers in the set A would remain 1, and the pairwise GCD of all numbers in the set A would be greater than 1. This constructive idea may come helpful in other similar problems in number theory. And this is one of the reasons why I like AtCoder, because many of their problems use simple ideas but which are powerful in other more complicated problems. So I hope you liked the video and do consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you.